न तातो न माता न बन्धुर्न ताता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न भृत्यो न भर्ता न जाया न वेद्या न वृत्तिर्ममैव कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि भवद्भावपारे महादुःखभीरु पपार्था प्रकामे प्रलोभे प्रमथा कसंसारपाश प्रबधा सदाहम् कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि न जानामि ध्यानं न च ध्यानयोगम् न जानामि तन्त्रं न च स्तोत्रमन्त्रम् न जानामि पूजं न च न्यासयोगम् कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थम् न जानामि मुक्तिं लयं वा कदाचित् न जानामि भक्तिं वृतं वापि माता कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि त्वमेका भवानि त्वमेका
Alrighty, good evening, everyone. Welcome to day 7 of the 21-day series. Well done, guys. You've made it to week 1 of this program, and it is a Friday evening here. So I presume it's probably Friday Arvo, or Arvo means afternoon, Australian slang, or like a Friday morning. So thank you for rocking up, because we were wondering like, oh, I wonder if people rock up on a Friday, because Friday is usually like time to go out and enjoy the end of the week. So thank you for coming along. And yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. 1 week, guys. That's really awesome if you've stuck through the ride this whole 1 week. And we hope you're feeling a difference from, when you started the series or before the series and now. And like we say, your feedback is always welcome in the WhatsApp groups. So keep sharing, like what's your day 1 versus day 7 feeling like? Have you noticed you're more relaxed, you're calmer, you're maybe happier, things like that? So we hope you are feeling the benefit. I think you are. That's why you're coming back. Otherwise, you wouldn't. So please keep enjoying the ride. As you know, we have a lot more we're going to teach. I'll do a quick announcement now that tomorrow we're doing something called a workshop tomorrow. So what that means is that it is still going to start 8:45 p.m. Sydney time, so the normal time. And we will first do a meditation in the room, like we'll do a foot soak. So you guys have learned foot soak already. And then we are going to allocate you in a separate room. So within Zoom, we can have 100 rooms, basically, meeting rooms. And we're going to put you with an experienced Sahaja Yogi. So someone who has done this meditation for some time and has the experience and knowledge. And you're going to get the chance to meditate with them, ask your questions, learn a bit more about yourself and the techniques. So I think that's really exciting. That's going to be probably like around 9:15. So it'll be like a half an hour session in the main room. And then we'll put you out into those rooms and you get to have that experience with a yogi. And basically after that, it depends how long your session with the yogi goes. You might have a 15-minute session, you might have half an hour. There's no restriction or time limit. It's your opportunity to have a one-on-one with someone, basically, in a live setting. So we hope you do come along. We get it. It's a Saturday, you want to spend time with friends, family, and whatnot. So that's okay. But if you can come along, it'll be a really great experience. And you are welcome to bring, family, friends, and anyone is still welcome to join us in this series at any time. As we do have, a breakout room, we're also catering for anyone that hasn't done the self-realization before. So on that note about the self-realization, speaking of which, I'm going to first quickly introduce who is going to teach any newbies. And then, like before, we're going to have a quick poll on whoever is new. So if you're brand new to Sahaja Yoga, welcome. If you haven't done self-realization, we're going to put up a poll shortly, and you can answer yes to get the opportunity to learn the basics. And of course, the others who have been coming for the last 6 days, you just hit no. So we really appreciate your patience because it just helps, cater for any newbies that join along. Okay, yep, so we've got the poll. While the poll's running, Uncle Chris, did you want to turn on your camera and we'll briefly introduce? So Uncle Chris is going to be with you in the breakout room. So Uncle, you can say a quick hello and where are you from?
Hi, Rishita. I'm from Perth, Western Australia,
Yep,
the other side of the continent, and
yes.
I'll be in the breakout room giving an introduction to Sahaja Yoga and the self realization process, and tying up the Kundalini and doing a bandhan.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Uncle Chris. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're Brisbane. He's on the other side, Perth. So it's like 5-6 hours difference. Australia's a big country, guys. So, but have you on board, Uncle. So yeah, any newbies we've got? I think we're about 5 people that's voting. So yeah, your vote really. Thank you, Uncle Chris. So yeah, just vote along, guys. If you're new, hit yes. If you're not new, hit no. And yeah, the newbies, you will get put into a room now with Uncle Chris. And yes, enjoy your self-realization and the first step to Sahaja Yoga. So we'll just give you guys another couple of seconds. And if you by mistake hit yes, and you're like, oops, I've already done this process, I don't want to be in the new session, you can always hit leave from that room and come back here, so don't worry. And you can always watch the recordings as well to catch up your pace. So we'll just have, yep, another couple of seconds, I think. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, cool. So I think it's almost done. So anyways, I'll let the techies handle it. So yeah, basically guys, in the last, 6 days, you guys have learned a lot. You have learned self-realization, which is your day 1, day 2. You've learned the tying of the Kundalini, putting on a bandhan, the little exercise, we do before and at the end of your meditation. And then you've learned balancing, so your left and your right channel, and which is your past and your future, and how do we balance those? And now, and then you learn foot soak. So I really hope you all enjoyed the foot soak experience in the last couple of days. I think it's really relaxing, having that tub of water and putting some salt in and doing it especially before going to sleep. So, you've had a busy day at work, studies, whatever, and you do the foot soak and then you sleep. It's just amazing. It just washes you, it just cleanses you out and clears you out. Okay, so we're just putting everyone in the breakout rooms. I'll just give everyone a moment to adjust for that. Move that away. So yeah, so hope you've been enjoying the foot soak sessions as well. Recommend try and do it daily if you can. And you can use it as warm water, you can use cool water. So there's no like strictness that, okay, you have to use freezing cold water or anything. Sahaja Yoga is super chill. That's one beauty about Sahaja Yoga. We're not fanatics. We're not putting crazy restrictions on you. Shri Mataji has always given us the freedom. You do what suits you, what suits your heart. And, you can use warm water, you can use cool water. But like we said, always use table salt. Don't use Epsom. Don't use, those fancy bath salts. Just stick to basic table salt when you are doing the foot soak. And you just throw the water in the toilet, flush it off, and yeah, go to bed or continue with your day, and you'll feel that freshness as well. Today, Auntie Debbie is going to teach you a couple of more techniques for balancing, and this will help you for the workshop tomorrow. So yeah, we'll just hand it to Auntie Debbie. Enjoy the session, guys. Relax, enjoy, and if you've ever got questions, we've always got the WhatsApp group, so I hope you're all part of that. And yeah, over to Auntie Debbie.
Thanks, Rachita. That was great. Welcome, everyone. I'm from Brisbane, and as Rachita said, my name is Debbie. So it's lovely to have you on board again. And yeah, as Rachita was saying, that day 7, fantastic. So tonight, my job is to show you one of the techniques that we use in Sahaj. You've done your balancing of the left side, and you've also learnt how to balance the right side, and then to bring yourself into the center. And that technique followed up too with the foot soak is absolutely fabulous. So you can use that balancing of the left and the right while you foot soak, and you can do the other clearing as well for foot soaking. But the candling treatment that I'm going to show you tonight, it's a very specific treatment, and it's mainly used, well, it's only used really for the left side. So that's why tonight we haven't asked you to bring some candles along, as what we did with the foot soak when we were asking you to have your bucket and water ready to go, because candling really is just for that left side. If you are feeling on a vibrational thing that you can feel heat on that on the right hand, we don't go for the candling. So it's all about clearing the left side and using this technique to really do that. So my job tonight is really just to demonstrate the candling. You may find if you attend the workshops tomorrow that the practitioner, the yogi, may say to you, it would be good if you were to use a candle on that left side. So what we'll do before I go any further and explain anything more, as we always do in Sahaj, it's always really good just to start with that tying up of the Kundalini and putting ourselves into Bandhan. So let's do that. And again, just with your full attention that you're raising this energy up to the top of your head and tying your attention there. And you're going to do it a second time, right hand rotating around the left, tipping that head back as you get to the throat, and 2 knots. And really desiring that we want that attention to come from our brain up to our head, and doing it a third time. And 3 knots. Fabulous. So now we've brought that energy up through the 3 channels, and hopefully our attention has gone from here to here. And you may start be feeling that settledness within inside yourself, even just doing that simple tying up of the Kundalini. Then the next one is going from the left over to the right. That's once, and then we come back and a second time. And just keep your attention on top of the head there. And as you do this, just see if you can feel any of the vibrations, starting to flow around you. And as with my chatting, I have lost count of my Bandhan, so I'm going to do it one more time from the left, up, over, and I'm going to finish on the right-hand side. And we can do a little namaste. Okay, let's just take that moment, hands on our lap, bringing our attention within. And just allowing those vibrations to settle within us. Fabulous. Okay, so I was talking about the candling and I'm going to show you how we do it. And I said that it's for the left side. So you may remember that the left side has to do with our desire and our emotions and with the past. So when that is working really well, we feel emotionally balanced. We feel that the past isn't overwhelming us. We can look at the past and feel very balanced about it. And our desires for this and that can settle, and we can helps to bring us at peace, to be at peace that we're not desiring the next thing and then the next thing. So that's with a balanced left side. When our left side goes out, we can feel very heavy in it. And what do I mean by that? Is that we can feel very lethargic. We can find it hard to be up and moving and motivated. We may have the desire to do something, but to actually get up and take the action that is needed, that can be a stumbling block for us. We may be thinking about the past, and it may be more about the negative side of past experiences that have happened to us. And that feeling of just being overwhelmed by the past is like, I did that and this happened, and it just swamps you. So that means our left side is out. Emotionally, we could be very much in tears, finding that we can cry very easily. The slightest thing puts us into tears. We're not feeling balanced in our emotions, we may go from feeling happy but very sad, very teary. So that's all indications that the left side isn't working the way that it should. And so through this technique tonight, when you do feel this heavy left side, the other thing is depression. If you're feeling very sad about the past, that's, and then you get very depressed, that whole feeling of it's so overwhelming that I can't cope with life. I can't, take the next step that I need to take. And as you probably know, the left side, if you've seen it in the diagram, is light blue. But once we get into that left side, and that especially the heavy side, like that depression, that very heavy emotional side, it actually goes into a very dark color, very dark blue to almost like a black. And you may hear people who suffer with depression will say it's like going into a black hole. And that's because they've gone so far into the left that it's hard for them to get out. So what do we need to do? It needs light. And light lightens that heaviness. It removes that heaviness. And we use the elements like we do with the water and the salt and the earth when we're bringing the left side into balance, and the ether when we're doing the right side balancing. So we use the elements within Sahaj, and light is another one of those elements that we use. So to get started, when I'm using a candle, I make sure that my hair's tied up, that my clothing is out of the way, because I'm going to be having a naked flame to use on that left side. So just make sure that your those safety issues are there, that you don't want it that close, that your clothes will catch on fire, but you want it close enough so that that light will lighten that whole left side. And as you know, the left side starts at the Muladhara. It then comes out to the Swadhisthana, the left Swadhisthana, and then it moves up this way and crosses over here. So our left side comes up and it crosses and it goes to here. So when you're doing here, as you will see in a moment, just make sure that you're not going to catch your hair on fire. So for me, I find it very easy and very simple just to use a candle. I use one of these long candles, but then I will cut it. And then I just use a little tray, a little plate, whatever you've got. If you've got a little candle holder that has a handle on it, that's good to use as well. So then we've tied up the Kundalini, we've put ourselves into Bandhan, so we can start this treatment. And simply just lighting this candle. And you may think that a tea light would be good to use, but the stronger the flame you have, the better it will work on the left side. So it's the light. Those little tea candles, their flame can be very small. So for me, not as effective as having a good, strong flame to awaken that left side to clear it. So I'm starting off at the base, and like I said, make sure my clothing is safe. And then I'm just going to take it from here, up that left side, and then across and back around. And back down. And as you do this, you can just say, Mother Kundalini, please help to clear my left side. And this is excellent when you feel also, if you feel you have a cold or a flu coming on, that is actually settles really from the left side. And so at the beginning of it, if you were to take a candle and to just do this up and down your left side, it can help ease the symptoms of that cold or flu or that other word that we use is COVID, and it can help to ease the symptoms. And you may find that the duration of the cold or the flu does not last as long. So I'm going to do that a number of times. And the other thing that we can do as well is then to work on each of those energy centers or the chakras on that left side. You may be asking, if you're right-sided, why we don't use it. And that's because the light, it's still, there's some heat there, and the right side. So the left side is also cool. So with that going into the past in that, it just means that it's cooled down too much. So it needs that light and that little bit of heat to get it moving again. So with the right side, if we tend to be on the go all the time, that means we're really heating up that right-sided energy. It's a heating side. So we don't want to overheat that right side. So this is just for those times when you're really feeling that leftness, that lethargy, that emotional side to yourself. Feel like you're getting a flu or a cold. This is a great, simple technique to use for that. So when I go back down this side, I'm going to then show you how we can clear these energy centers. And this is this energy center here. A lot of colds, flus, those viruses, they tend to come in and they sit here on this center here, the left spotted stone. So just by using a candle, that light can help clear any negativity that settles on that center there. And I'm just rotating. As you can see, I'll exaggerate it a little bit for you, that I am moving that in that clockwise direction. I'm then going to move it up to the Nabi area, and I'm going to clear that center now as well. And then to the heart. And just allowing that light, this candle, to do its work and to clear that left side. And then I'm going to just very carefully go to this side. Bit tricky because I don't want my hair to catch on fire. But just rotating that on that left Vishuddhi. And then up and across to here. So again, I'm going to take that candle from the front to the back and just very much work on that side. And then go back down and back up a couple more times. The other good thing that we can do with this candle, if you are finding that you go to meditate and your brain is really ticking over, that using the flame of the candle and using the photograph of Shri Mataji and looking at the bindi on Shri Mataji there and just holding. You don't want the candle close because we don't want to heat the agya up, but we do want to just use this and look through the flame of the candle at Shri Mataji's bindi. And that helps to clear the agya. And you probably find soon afterwards that your thoughts would stop, or at least slow down. It's the same as if you were sitting around a fireplace or a campsite and had the open fire going. Watching the flames there also helps to clear this Agya chakra. And again, it's using that element of light. It helps to open, the light opens up the Agya chakra. Excellent. So one more time, just to show you from the left, up, across to that side, and then back down. Fabulous. And then, of course, just put that candle out. That's the easy way. When you are done, and as always, it's always good just to sit when you've done a clearing of any sort, like with the foot soak and with the candle, is just again to take that moment and just close your eyes, see how you're feeling within, and just you can just have a little meditation, and you'll probably find that you'll feel much lighter. That it's and especially if you've been quite emotional, and that sense of joy can come back in, because that left side passes through the heart, which is a center of joy. So if we're catching that left side, our joy can be missing. So by working on that left side, we're going to clear the heart, and that will open up the heart, and then we'll get that wonderful joyfulness within us, and it lightens everything up. Fabulous. So the next thing that I'm just going to talk to you about as well, and tomorrow night, again, getting ready for the workshops tomorrow, is a ice pack. And we use an ice pack to cool down our liver. Our liver is on that right side. All our thinking, all our actions that we do each and every day, when we don't, even just not drinking enough water, eating too much food, heats up that liver. And the liver is the seat of our attention. And the cooler that we can get our liver, the better we can meditate. So here, I've been given just a little ice pack. Well, it's not that little. So there is some ice in this towel. You may just want to use some cubes out of your freezer. Those ice packs that you buy that you might put into what we call an esky, or you might call them an ice box that you carry around with you. They're not so good to use because you can't empty them. And what we're doing is that we're cooling down the liver. When we finish with it, we then just get rid of the ice. You can put it in the sink, put it out in the earth. I've at times when I've got some leftover little ice cubes, I'll just put it down the toilet and flush it away. So what we do here is use this ice. We're not going to use it for a long period of time. We don't want to freeze the liver. And just by placing it there on that right side, on the top part of our abdomen, there, we can leave it there for about 5 minutes or so. And especially when you are beginning, like I say, you don't want to shock yourselves. And just leave the ice pack there for a while. And I always remember the first time I did this, I remember my whole inside, I could just feel everything just cooling down. And it was a fabulous feeling. So even though I've got the ice pack on, let's just put our left hand across to that liver. Let's do a bit of practical work now. Put the left hand onto that liver and let's just say, Mother Kundalini, please cool down my liver. Mother Kundalini, please give me pure attention. And again, as you do this, just try and keep that attention inside and see if you can feel your attention settling just that little bit more as we show you these techniques. Fantastic. Okay, so really that's the end of that practical session for us now. We will going to now listen to a talk by Shri Mataji. So just be relaxed, make sure you're comfortable as we listen to this talk, and try and just keep that attention up there. And of course, as with everything, when we finish, we'll type the Kundalini and put ourselves into Bandhan. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this talk by Shri Mataji.
We have to meditate every day. We have to in the morning time meditate, and also in the evening we have to meditate. One has to try to meditate in such a manner that this working of the Kundalini is facilitated. The chakras are cleansed out, and ultimately you are in a state of meditation. It's not a question of how to go into meditation. But it's the question how to be in meditation all the time. So as you know that Kundalini, when she reaches the Agya Chakra, and when she opens Agya Chakra, then you can be in thoughtless awareness. Then you don't think. Thinking just stops. You watch everything, just watch. But you do not get involved into what you are watching, but you just watch. And that watching itself gives you the growth with it. Think of the tree which is, say, in a turmoil or during earthquake. It won't grow. When the earthquake stops, everything becomes quiet, everything is peaceful, then only the tree can grow. In the same way, our growth can only take place if we are peaceful within ourselves. So for a Kundalini growing wider and wider and rising higher and higher, first thing is we must have peace within ourselves. But this peace is possible if you can make ready peace with others. If the growth of the spirituality, as they say, the tree of life is upside down and the roots are in the brain, And this Kundalini has to go and water that brain as we water the roots. Then it starts flowing downward. And that's how we start expanding. So this power of Gauri has to be respected because she is our mother. She is our individual mother. She has given us second birth. She is the one who knows all about us. She is so gentle, so kind. How she slowly rises. She doesn't give us trouble. She takes all the trouble of penetrating through these centers and she gives us the second birth. Because she understands everything. She knows everything. She organizes everything. She brings forth all the beauty that you are. Once you start developing that beauty within yourself, then you will be surprised how powerful you are. Because all these things are of the same nature. Is the truth that you discover, is the same as the beauty, is the same as the joy. You don't have to think that joy is separate, truth is different, beauty is different. Because we are not yet at that point, we just take one facet. But once we reach that point, then the whole thing seems to be one. There is no differentiation at all. It's all one. Many facets of a diamond, but it's one diamond. And that diamond is yourself, your spirit. So today is a very great day. We have to thank our mother, our Kundalini, the Gauri, for giving us realization and to know that we have to every time awaken her. Every time we have to expand her and every time to worship her so that we always keep our realization intact and keep our ascent intact. It is this ascent which is going to transform all the human beings. So you have to pray to her that keep us pure, make us pure. She purifies you. Her job is to purify your chakras. So please purify us, make our hearts clean, our minds clean, everything clean, and ultimately keep our connection forever and ever lasting so that we feel this beautiful power of God's love flowing through us. She has not given any problems to you. So, from that one has to learn that we have to behave in a manner the way Kundalini is so gentle, so sweet, so nice, so effective, and she brings our life to some meaning. She completes the meaning of our life. She completes our desires and she takes us to a point where we start seeing the whole thing, the whole universe as one, all human beings as one. She gives us collective consciousness. All this work is done by Kundalini alone. Of course, if she does not go to any chakras and does not awaken any deity, we cannot even have the fruits of those chakras being awakened. So it is all her work, all her ascent, all her understanding and wisdom which has given us this beautiful state that we call ourselves as yogis. So I would request you all to pay attention to your Kundalini. Try to raise her all the time. See that you get your vibrations. Also see that not only that you get your vibrations all right, but also for others you have a different attitude. Do not criticize others. Do not say anything about how wrong they are, but just see how right they are and what good they are capable of.
Okay, let's just, even though the music is finished, let's see if we can just continue just for a couple more minutes to be in meditation. Let's see if we can just keep our attention up there above the Sahasrara, that top center. And just don't let our brain come back at us just quite yet. And say, not this, not this. Allow that attention to become steady. When you are ready, you may open your eyes. And again, just try and keep that attention steady. Once your eyes are open, not allowing those thoughts to once again creep back in so quickly and take over again. And just do a bit of a check-in with yourself as to where you were when we first started this evening and as to where you are now. And while we're in this state, let's tie up our Kundalini and put ourselves into Bandhan. I hope you've enjoyed this session of learning the candling technique that we use, and also the ice pack that we use to help calm down that liver and to cool off the right side as well. So from here, I think it's good night for me. Is that right? And we can just, don't forget the workshops tomorrow. And yeah, please join us for those workshops. And we're just waiting on Rachita to come back. But I hope you've enjoyed this evening. And I think there we are. All over to you, Rachita.
Thanks, Auntie Debbie. Thanks again, everyone, for joining. I think we'll just recap with the slides again. If you have to leave, that's completely fine. We'll just quickly remind everyone, if anyone popped in late, we are doing a workshop tomorrow, same 8:45 p.m. Join in for the meditation. Then we will put you in a room with an experienced yogi. So all of you will go in separate rooms. And that's your opportunity to learn more about yourself, ask any questions, and just learn more about the techniques as well. Yep, if Nitya, we can have the slides. I'll just very quickly visually show you all what you need. So if you can have these ready by tomorrow, it'll be amazing. If not, it is not the end of the world. Just come anyway. So we today explained, try and get a candle. So just find a candle at home that you can put in a bowl, or like a tea light candle. And just have that ready. You just need one candle and a set of matches or a lighter. And then just like we said, just we'll teach you how to use it. Just don't wear too much loose clothing and whatnot, but you'll be all fine. So have one candle ready. And if we go to the next slide, also keep, so yeah, have a dish for the candle. Don't hold the candle itself, you might burn yourself. And then if we go to the next slide, just keep an ice pack ready. So even though you guys have learned foot soaking, and foot soaking is like an amazing technique, and actually with foot soaking, I was saying earlier, you can use the cooler water if you had a very hectic day and you're feeling so heated up. But if you've had a feeling pretty lethargic as well, you can actually still use warm water in the foot soak so you feel more relaxed. So the ice pack and the candle are just supplementary further techniques to help clear your left and right side more. Like if you're feeling very left-sided, like you experienced something really bad in life, you're going through a depressive mode, or you're just feeling really down and in the past, the candle really boosts you up, because if you think about it, you use a flame to warm yourself. You want warmth when you're feeling down. And that's why we use the candle technique. And then the ice pack, which we were showing you earlier. So Mita, you can just leave the slides, that's fine. The ice pack is it's a really good technique, when anytime you're feeling, maybe you're working from home, maybe you're in the office and you're getting heated up, you're just stressing out, maybe you've got a deadline and you're like, okay, I can't do a foot soak now. I'll get an ice pack. And the ice pack you can grab from, supermarkets or anywhere. So Mita, if you can show the slides again. You can even get like an empty bottle of water and fill that up and make that an ice pack, but keep that bottle then as your ice pack meditative purposes. Like don't use it to drink. And wrap it in a little towel and place it like this guy is doing in this picture on your liver. So again, we'll teach you more tomorrow, but I'm just giving you a bit of a heads up that, you've got candle technique, you've got the ice pack technique, and the ice pack can be the ones you get from supermarkets, or just get an empty bottle, put some water and chuck it in the freezer. And anytime you feel like you're feeling a lot of heat on your liver or anything, you can use this ice pack. You can always reuse the same candle. So it doesn't mean that you use a candle once and you chuck it away. That'll be a huge waste. But with the ice pack technique, it's similar to the foot soak, that the water in the ice pack is absorbing your heat that you accumulated in the day. So it's better, ideally, with the ice pack. Try to get those ice packs, that maybe you can open up and you can dispose. That's why we recommend, get get an empty little water bottle or those medicine bottles, and fill it up so that you can clean and change the water every time you do it. It's like doing a foot soak. You don't want to use the same bucket of water every night because that'll be gross. Yeah, you can use candle in a jar. That's fine. I can see there's a lot of good questions coming in. I'll try my best to answer them. Otherwise, if not, just put them in the WhatsApp and we'll get it to you today. So yeah, candle, ice pack, and someone's asked, can you do the candle or ice pack along with the foot soak? You can do the ice pack with the foot soak. So if you're foot soaking and you're like, I had a super heavy right-sided day, I'm so heated up that you need more cooling, you feel like you need more coolness, sure, put an ice pack on while you're foot soaking. But when you are foot soaking, you've got the water element. The ice pack's all the water element. Generally, you don't candle at the same time. You do the foot soak and then do your candle. I maybe one of the other yogis can jump in, but generally I've not seen, doing fire and water sort of at the same time. Do one element, water, and then you can do your candling. I'm just mindful of time, so we're just going to wrap up. Any other questions that I hear, guys, please put it in the WhatsApp, because I'm sure there's people thinking along the same lines, and we'll help you answer them there. I think the chat box, the WhatsApp chat group will open, I think, after this for about an hour, so please put it in there. But yeah, just to rehash, so get a candle ready, get a foot soak, an ice pack ready, and I think that's about it, Mitya, right? In the slides, I don't think I've missed anything else. So yeah, come along to the workshop tomorrow. If you miss out, that's fine. The workshop part itself will not be recorded because, there's 100 rooms. But the meditation component that we'll do in the half an hour is. If you can't attend tomorrow's workshop, please don't despair. I think we will do more workshops down the track. So don't stress out. And yeah, any questions, as always, you've got the WhatsApp group, our website. Please check it out and ask anytime. Please don't be shy. You guys are asking some really, really good questions. On that note, let's call it a night. We'll put a bit of music. Feel free to meditate along. But yeah, have a happy Friday, guys. You did it. You achieved week 1. We're really proud of you. Well done. And stick with the journey, in the next 14 days that's left. And yeah, see your life and yourself also transform. So good night, adios from Brisbane, and have a good day or good night ahead. And thank you, Mitya, and our techie team as well, and Auntie Debbie.
Bolo Shri Bhagavati Mataji Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Ki Jai Ki Jai. Na tato na mata na bandhur na tata पुत्रो न पुत्री न भृत्यो न भर्ता न जाया न वेद्या न वृत्तिर्ममैव कतिस्त्वं कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि कतिस्त्वं कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि भवद्भावपारे महादुःखभीरु पपाथा प्रकामे प्रलोभे प्रमथा कसंसारपाश प्रबधा सदाहम् कतिस्त्वं कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि कतिस्त्वं कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि न जानामि ध्यानं न च ध्यानयोगम् न जानामि तन्त्रं न च स्तोत्रमन्त्रम् न जानामि पूजं न च न्यासयोगम् कतिस्त्वं कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि कतिस्त्वं कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थम् न जानामि मुक्तिं लयं वा कदाचित् न जानामि भक्तिं वृतं वापि माता कतिस्त्वं कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि कतिस्त्वं कतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि त्वमेका भवानि त्वमेका चिदानेनाहम् न चाश्रोत्रजीवे न चाघ्राणनेत्रे न चाव्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायो चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न चाप्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायो न वै सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशा न वाक्पाणिपादम् न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे द्वेषरागो न मे लोभमोहो मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् शिवो